Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ English. Recently, if you remember, the Supreme Court had directed all the states in India to actively consider and classify various human-wildlife conflicts as natural disasters. And in this regard, today, the National Highway Authority of India has introduced a new concept. You can see it on your screen. Yes, these red-dotted highway lanes. The idea is to introduce India's first wildlife safe highway on NH45, that's National Highway 45 in Madhya Pradesh. What's the broader goal? The goal or the objective is to reduce animal-vehicle collisions, to protect wildlife that often experiences a trespassing in wildlife corridors owing to infrastructural development. We are trying to create a fine balance between, on the one hand, infrastructural expansion, on the other, growth and conservation. So that's the topic for the day. You can map this to UPSC GS paper 3, human-animal conflict. It is also about infrastructural growth, economic growth. So yes, it coincides with various topics in GS paper 3. As you can see in the screen on the picture here, that's what it broadly looks like. We are looking at a landmark step that has been taken by the National Highway Authority of India. What has the authority done? Now, in this landmark step, we have created a very eco-sensitive, environmentally sensitive infrastructure by creating India's first wildlife safe road. I repeat, wildlife safe corridor, wildlife safe road on National Highway 45 in Madhya Pradesh. Why was Madhya Pradesh in the news just a few months before? I can give you a small hint here. In our Hindu newspaper class, we had spoken about how in India, there is a state that's the highest producer of soybean. In India, soybean is used less for oil and more as a protein supplement. Do you have that hint now? Do you remember why did we speak about it? Which village were we looking at as a case study? Let me know in the comment box if you have seen that lecture, if you know about this case study. Now coming back to the topic at hand, yes, it's Madhya Pradesh. The aim behind the project is to reduce human-vehicle collision as well as to provide a smooth road connectivity through the forest corridors. The highway project has been built at a whopping cost of about rupees 122 crore. So yes, the government is now financing environmentally sensitive infrastructure. That's a great news. Now looking at this wildlife safe road, this highway here, it is located on the 11.96 kilometer long Hiran Sindoor section of the NH45, which connects two areas. One is Bhopal and the other is Jabalpur. Now, Jabalpur is famous for its thick forested terrain. We may have seen Jabalpur. Yes. Now, situated about 60 kilometers from Jabalpur, this highway therefore passes through a very dense forested corridor that is also surrounded by two very important sanctuaries. One happens to be the Nora Dehi Wildlife Sanctuary, while the other is the Virangana Durgavati Tiger Reserve. Now, on that note, can you quickly tell me which is then the largest tiger reserve in Madhya Pradesh? Yesterday in one of my videos, I had spoken to you about Sariska because one area near Sariska has now become a unique identified wetland from Rajasthan. Yes, we spoke about it. India has added finally total 96 wetlands. Remember we spoke about Sariska Tiger Reserve. Today I'm asking you which is then the largest such wildlife reserve, the largest such tiger reserve or wildlife sanctuary in Madhya Pradesh. Let me know. And now also understand that the region is home to tigers. It has a unique biodiversity. That's the reason behind financing this eco-sensitive highway. It crosses through an area that is replete with deer, sambar, chekol, other wildlife, including tigers, making this a very environmentally sensitive zone. Therefore, there are often cases of human-animal conflict and accidents here. It is a loss of wildlife. It is absolutely dangerous to the human passengers as well. And therefore, the idea is to create a unique method that's called tabletop red road marking. You just saw in the picture. Yes? You saw the photo of that NH45 express or the laneway. You saw all those red dots in the picture. What were they? So they are the top tabletop red road markings. And what do we mean by that? We mean that these are supposed to, very unlike, not like the old traditional conventional speed breakers, these tabletop red markings consist of a slightly raised, it's a very small elevation, checkered red squares laid across the road. The design creates a tabletop effect. It looks like a tabletop, and that naturally encourages all the drivers, all the passers-by to slow down their speed. They do not have to put a sudden brake. Now, a sudden brake is dangerous for the driver, for the passengers in the car. It is dangerous for the wild animals, because sometimes it does become too late by the time the brakes are pulled, and by the time the animal is already a victim of injury. To avoid that, we create these slightly raised tabletop red markings to encourage and to pre-warn the drivers to go slow in this region. These are very bright colored. It's a deliberately made color choice so as to make them highly visible as compared to the traditional white or yellow markings that can be missed sometimes as routine markings. And now this also is a visual warning which will alert all the people that are going to enter these wildlife sensitive areas. About 12-kilometer forest stretch totally has been covered with these markings to ensure speed moderation, to ensure consistency. And now if you look at wildlife friendly infrastructure created by the National Highway Authority of India, you will be glad to know about the fact that there are 25 wildlife underpasses that have already been created. 25 of them. Wildlife underpasses, so that the animals can quietly, smoothly pass through these underpasses without having to confront the vehicular traffic, allowing animals to cross from below the road safely without any disruption in their habitat. Now, habitat fragmentation is a major reason why we are experiencing a loss, a danger, a threat to various wildlife, various species of wildlife in India. You may have heard about the 1991 Project Elephant. You know how the government has also proposed to create many corridors because the animals are very connected with the forest ecosystem. They need to move about in search of water, food, they migrate often. And with these interjecting highways in between, that movement gets paralyzed, leading to a death, starvation, injuries of these animals, and hence the idea is unique to create underpasses for them. Then there is an 8-foot high iron fence. The road is also flanked by a thick, you can see in the picture perhaps, it's a thick iron fence that has been created on both the sides of the highway to guide animal movement towards the designated crossing points. And now we must also talk about the Green Highway Initiative. It is an initiative under the National Highway Authority of India's Green Highway project that was created in 2015 as a part of Green Highway policy. Under the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, what's the objective? To promote environmentally sustainable road infrastructure in order to, one, make a better connected India that is infrastructurally very sound. On the other hand, to also take care of the unique wildlife that India boasts of. And on that note, what a beautiful sensitive topic. On that note, a quick question for your practice. The question says, with reference to India's first wildlife safe corridor highway introduced by the National Highway Authority of India, look at the following statements, please. 1. It is located on the Hiran Sindoor stretch of National Highway 45 in Madhya Pradesh, passing through a forest corridor between these two tiger reserves that we spoke about. Second, the project uses tabletop red road markings, which are slightly elevated, raised, highly visible surfaces to allow the vehicles to slow down without an abrupt brake pulling. And 3, the initiative has been implemented under the National Wildlife Action Plan and it does not include dedicated wildlife underpasses. That's an easy question, a quick revision question. But then in the comment box before you leave this video, to my dear viewers and aspirant, do let me know then which is the longest highway in India. Which is the longest national highway in India? Do let me know in the comment box. We can pick up an interesting conversation from there. And as you answer the question, do not forget that May 24th, 2026 is your prelims exam. And those who are preparing, now is one of the last opportunities because sale ends on 18th December and that's tomorrow. You have one last opportunity to enroll for Success in Prelims program. a program in which we hands-hold you by giving you books, material, online, offline, every kind of mentorship, one-on-one guidance. Yes, doubt clearing, revision, CSAT and GS paper 1. Everything included at a small price of 5,499, guaranteeing that you will clear the prelims with us. So allow me to join your preparation. Give it a systematic push. And how will you do that? It's just one click away. Use code SPLIVE and here I am, a part of your study plan every day, making a timetable for you as well. So join me today. Now, similarly, if you are interested in UPSC 27 or 28, we have exciting offers valid until 18 December at a price of 12,499. 16 months, almost 16 months of massive, aggressive guidance, prelims, mains and basic interview coaching, and all that is for 2027. Similarly, at a very small price for 2028 as well. Prelims, mains, interview guidance included. Use code SPLIVE and join today because yes, the sale ends 18. Thank you.